Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Let me find myself on my computer while I wait for you to find me as well. There we go. And thank you for joining me. I am consistently North Star Stamper across the internet. I'm on Instagram a little bit. I don't use Instagram, but anyway, Facebook, and I have this page that I'm live on, and I post to YouTube. I also have a group on Instagram and Pinterest, and I have a website. NorthStarStamper.com is a great place if you want to look for something that I've done in the past. Fun folds that I do on here, I often post directions on NorthStarStamper.com. You can search for fun fold or search for maybe the name of the fun fold you want to use, and you can always contact me at Susan@NorthStarStamper.com. So thank you for joining me. Let's see. There's Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. And I got this last week from Stampin' Up! My 15-year pen. I've been a demonstrator for 15 years. January 26th was my 15th anniversary. Thank you for helping me celebrate. And they sent me this. Very fun. And I did get $50 in credit to spend on something fun for myself, and I'll use that when our next catalog comes out. All right. If I seem a little distracted, it's because I am. Tony and I leave very, very early tomorrow morning for California. I'm going to on stage our convention in Long Beach, California, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But we're going to travel Tuesday to Tuesday because tickets are cheaper. And hopefully we won't have any issues with the security at the airport. People are kind of panicking about it. So we are using this beautiful, sweet Easter Joy in the, oh goodness. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my pin. All right. In the January through April mini catalog, we have the Easter Joy Suite. This is page 34 if you have your catalog. 35 shows you the products. I have the Easter assortment little doodads. There's dots and Easter eggs, but I can't find them. That probably tells me I buy too much. I didn't buy the specialty paper, the extra paper. I do have this paper I'll show you, and we're going to use the ribbon, the stamps, and the dies. And there's more. Look at all the ideas. So fun. I think that's the end of it. Yep. So we're going to actually make something like this today. This was my inspiration. And if you ever see something in the catalog that you want to know what colors they used, or you can't figure out what stamp set or whatever product they used, let me know. Demonstrators have access to a document that tells us what they used on all these things. Some demonstrators share it. I'd rather talk to you, so I don't share it. And if you are a demonstrator and you're looking for it, it's under the print lab, by the way. And this is a little box. We're going to create a box that's going to fit sandwich between two of these really cute baskets. So that's what we're going to make today. Hi, Mom and Dad. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I missed you when I called you earlier. They were at dinner. All right. Let's just show you the paper. I'm not going to use the paper on our basket, but I wanted you to see this. I'm going to leave this here while I tell you the colors. This is called Easter Joy. So the dies and this paper are on low inventory. The dots that I showed you I can't find are unavailable till who knows when. It was to be determined. So I was not too upset that I couldn't find them. But as I said, this is on low inventory. And if you want it for Easter, I would order it soon anyway, so that you have time to play with it. Again, Easter Joy. This is a specialty paper. The colors in here are Balmy Blue, Crumb Cake, Lemon Lolly, Peach Pie. I hesitate when I say them so you can think about what the colors are. Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Shy Shamrock. So look at those. They don't list the foil. Huh, interesting. But there's foil in there. And all different, oh my goodness, in all different colors. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. Can you see this? Yes, you can see. I look up to see my computer. This one is foil, and this one's foil. So there's some green, some orange, some yellow foil. I think that's all. So that's the front and the back. I have, and it's really heavy. It is heavier than our normal designer series paper and heavier than our specialty. Look at there. That's why they didn't tell us the colors. So there again, we have the green, the orange, and I don't know if that's pink or what. So I'll show you that. That is the front and the back. So the front, I call it the front because it has the foil on it. And look at this one. That Easter colors, absolutely, but you could use that for a fun birthday card. I need to make some birthday cards. I'm behind on them. So that'll be fun. Obviously Easter with the eggs. This will be fun to cut apart. And just put a little bunny there. There's samples in the catalog. Oh my goodness. Words aren't coming to me today. I've been so busy getting swaps ready to go and pack and laundry and clean house and run errands and all that good stuff. All right. There's some blue. That'd be fun with some pink. Oh, big, a brown bunny. And some eggs. Very free form. There is an egg stamp and die. But I think these would be easy enough to fussy cut because they're not uniform shaped. I'm sure they're not the same. And this is the paper they used to create their basket. Can you see that? This is what they used to make it look like it's woven. I didn't do that. So, but anyway, that's the paper. I'm not going to use it today, like I said, but I wanted you to see it. And I will just drop that on the floor. Not too far if you have questions about it. What we are using today are the stamp set and the die set. I don't think I've shown this to you yet. I went through my videos and, all right, so for the stamps, I just, I make my map and I just ink up the whole sheet and I stamp it on here and then I make notes. I do need to add notes about what blocks we use, and then I make a note of when it became available. So January through April 2026. And the dies, you can see that these obviously cut out some of these. And where's my cheat sheet? So here's my cheat sheet. I just die cut in crumb cake just to see it. So one die cuts out the flower and these leaves. So I die cut a whole bunch in white, and so it'd be kind of fun to color this green and color this whatever you want. Would be kind of interesting. The bow is so cute, isn't it? And then we have grass to go inside our basket, just like they did on here. That's where that grass die came from. And then this little one, the scallop. Let me find it here. If you have your catalog, you probably saw it already. Oh, they don't show it. Oh, yeah, they do. Right here. They show it in the same color, tone on tone. So it's very cute and it fits perfectly. So that's kind of fun. And the other side, so I just die cut these in basic beige. And then I colored some of them dark to make this look like a basket. We love Longaberger in our house. And I added adhesive sheet to these. This is one die that cuts 8 of them or something. And you don't need to add adhesive sheet. Adhesive sheet, not necessary. It actually made it harder to put through there. It's so tight that you can just weave it through and then put adhesive on the back to seal it and keep them from moving. It's really tight, so they're not going to move anyway. And this wasn't even all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. So I had that extra one here. And look how cute those stamps and dies are when you color them in a little bit. I'm pretty sure I used blends on these. I don't remember what I used on those. But with the flowers, that would make some really fun spring cards. You can use it far beyond Easter. Because Easter is not really spring here in Minnesota. Although today it was close to 60. Tony has the windows open. It's very fun. Very, very nice to have some fresh air in here. Okay, so I went to the website and it told me how to make this into a basket. So that's what I have here. I have a piece of paper, cardstock. I'm using white, 4.5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to score it. So I did a makeshift one there. We're going to score it, get rid of my cutting blade, at 1 1/4 on all sides. So see, I have some blue ink. I've been making swaps for on stage. So just score at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. And my blueberry bushel re-inker leaked, and so I had some on my hands, and I knew it, and I washed them, and then I went up for dinner, and Tony's like, you have something on your face. I had ink on my face. Luckily, it came off, and it didn't stain my face. My makeup must have kept it from, there we go, from setting on my face, and it was funny. He's like, oh, I hope it comes off for your conference. I'm like, that'd be kind of funny. Okay, I'll review. 3 3/4 by 4 1/2, scored at 1 1/4 on all sides, and I'm going to burnish them. Do you remember the Christmas trees I made before Christmas with cardstock and pattern paper? I made 2 different sizes. I made a big one and 2 little ones. Do you remember those? I forgot to put them on our table when we had Christmas dinner. So I'm hoping that I do remember to put these out for Easter. So I asked Tony, and he said he wanted a purple basket. So I am making his basket today. So when I do these kinds of things, I like to cut straight on the corner, and we're just going to do all 4. So 1, 2, and we're going to turn it around and do the other. Do you make boxes very often? Pretty easy. I made a box the other day out of pattern paper. So what I've been, and then I'm going to, so on these 4 flaps on the 4 corners, I'm going to taper them just a little bit. I get a neater box when I do that. Can you see how little I cut off? So I'm going to cut that much off, both sides of the 4 flaps. So I'm going to push that one in and cut that off. So that was on this side. Now I'm going to do it on this side. What was I saying while I do this? Oh, the trees. And Tony said he wanted purple. Where is my thought process going? All right, so you can see just a little bit. Makes a nicer, cleaner box. Oh, I was going to say something else. I'll think of it. Oh, while I'm doing this, what color should our bunny rabbit be? We're going to make it a little different than the one in the catalog. So I thought I would stamp this rabbit and die cut him and put him on the front, put him like right here. I don't know which side, and it's not going to say for you, but I do have that ribbon. So we're going to color this, and I have some strips, so it'll be purple and maybe with white. I haven't decided yet. And then the ribbon, and then the rabbit. So I have white. Let's see, what do I have here? I have choices for you. What color rabbit? Should it be white? I thought if we wanted to kind of look like what the typical, stereotypical Easter bunny looks like, it'd be white stamped in smoky slate. So if I don't hear from you, that's what we'll do. But I do have white, smoky slate, if we want a gray bunny. I have crumb cake if we want a brown one. And if we want a dark gray, I have basic gray. And then for my inks, I have gray granite, crumb cake. Pecan pie could be interesting if we want a brown bunny. If we do crumb cake, I could probably use the early espresso. And if we want a basic gray. So if I don't hear from you, like I said, we'll do white cardstock with smoky slate to make a white bunny. And then we'll color his ears pink. I thought that would be cute. So let me know if you want in the comments. And then I have bubble bath to make his ears pink. Okay, so back to our box. Where am I? That one's done. That one's done. Looks like that one's done. This one. I'm having trouble with my adhesive. I ordered what we call the green glue because it has a green cap on it. It's the Tombow liquid adhesive. I ordered it in January and it came, I think I showed you last week, didn't I? Because I remember Kathy commenting, or maybe I just showed Kathy. We think it froze because it was January. I have not contacted Stampin' Up. I don't know. They're usually very good about correcting those kinds of things. It wasn't their fault. I ordered in January and it was very, very cold here and it froze on the truck. So there's our box. So did you see that? The flaps. These were tapered. And so I'm going to put these 2 flaps on the outside. I'm going to push these in and up. And there's our box. And then I cut a whole bunch of white. And we're going to use blending pens and whatnot to color them. So when I adhere that, it's going to fit very nicely between two baskets. Very fun. So I have to remember to make these for everybody for Easter dinner. So Veronica and I, and then Thomas's girlfriend, all like to watch the Great British Baking Show. Is that what I wanted to do? I think it is. So we're going to get together the day before Easter and make some kind of fancy dessert for Easter dinner. So that'll be fun. So hopefully we'll have something fancy to put on the table. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just adding adhesive here. Not my preferred adhesive, but it'll work. I'm just adding it to the outside flaps. Oh wait, let me think. This can go here. So I do want it on this one, on the inside. Ay, ay, ay. So just think about where your adhesive is going, is my point. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. There we go. So I make sure there's none on the inside. Sorry, I was off camera. And we're going to set it down so I can line it up just right. There we go. There's our box. It'll hold a nice amount of treats. I like to buy the miniatures with in Easter colors and Easter wrappings and all that. So a few of those will fit in there, and family likes Reese's peanut butter cups, so I'll get Reese's peanut butter eggs. So it'll hold a nice little bit of candy in there. Okay, and so here's our basket, and he said he wanted purple. Let's start with Highland Heather. So while Tony and I were watching Jeopardy last week, I just die cut a whole bunch of these. So we're going to put grass on both the front and the back. I think the bow is adorable. And then we're going to do that. And then I have some of these slats. So I have a whole bunch of ideas on different, on different baskets I can make. I thought it'd be fun to do school colors. For the 4th of July, I thought it would be really fun to have probably a white basket and put blue and red slats in it. Make it very patriotic. You could use foil. I know I have some red foil from years ago, so that might be fun to make it very patriotic too. So that was why I bought this. I thought, if I can think of 5 ideas, we'll get it. And I did. So I thought school colors might be kind of fun. So, okay. Hello, Alma. Thanks for joining. She says smoky slate ink sounds good. Okay. Kathy said smoky slate ink. Smoky slate. Okay. Good. That's what I was thinking, but you never know. All right. So we're going to start off and add very gently. We're going to make a purple basket for Tony. Of course, I could have just die cut it in purple, but I thought it would be kind of fun just to color it, because you probably have your favorite colors in ink. I'm going to go heavier on the handle. I like how it's actually, oh, look at, could use it as a mask. Oh boy, here come the ideas. So I'm going really heavy around the handle. I'll speed up. I'll go a little faster. A little faster. So I don't, should I ask everybody what color they want? Or should I just make them different colors and let them pick their own at the dinner table? So we'll do the front and the back the same. Oh, got kind of heavy there. We'll go heavy on the handle. Alright, sorry, I should have had one of these done. I didn't think it would take this long. There we go. Oh, I know what I was going to share with you while I color. For on stage, I'm taking swaps. I signed up for 2 swaps. One is very organized, and I signed up for a fun fold. I had to make 11, and I'll get 10 back, so the organizer will keep 1, and he'll redistribute all of them, and I'll get 10 back, different fun folds. I was fun fold number 6, so he had, oh, I forget how many, 22 different swaps, so he'll get a lot of cards back. We do have some male demonstrators, so that's Michael Deal is the organizer of that. So that's 1 swap, so I'll get fun folds back from his swap. And then I'm part of a training program, and they're doing a swap. It's an unorganized swap, +1. So I just bring as many as I want, and +1, and they will keep 1, and then they will take photos of them and share all the photos of all the swaps they get. So if I take 5, I'll get 5 in return, physical cards in return, but then I'll get to see all the cards that these probably hundreds of people will have swapped, so that's kind of fun. I don't know how many I'll be swapping there. Okay, Granny Apple Green. We'll see what this looks like. I think it'll be bright and cheery for Easter. Yeah, that's good. I have Garden Green here too, but I kind of like this. So I was going to say, well, I called her this. For my swaps, oh, and then beyond those 2 swaps, I just bring random cards, and then I will just swap with random people as I'm walking down the hallway. It is so fun, and you meet people, and you see people standing there with cards, and you say, are you swapping? And, you know, if they are, you just swap cards, and you move on. It's lots of fun. So for all those swaps, I used 1 sweet. I used the Homemade Sweetness. It's the jelly jar with the strawberry and blueberries, and there's a honey pot, or little honey bear and on it. So it was really fun. I used almost an entire pack of paper making all my swaps. So I will show you, I don't know if I can show you my swaps. I don't like to show swaps before I swap them. And I don't think I made an extra one, but we'll use that another time. Maybe after I get back. Is that dark enough? I think I want it darker. I'm almost done. Then we have to do the bunny rabbit. So do you make things for Easter? I'm curious. Alma might, now that she has grandchildren to make them for. That would be kind of fun. So I'm making the tops darker. I thought I'd just add some interest. All right. Put that away. Make sure my fingers aren't too bad. All right. And then we're going to put this up here. I think we'll go ahead and do that. Like I said, I am out of green glue, so I have to use glue dots. So I'm going to roll it onto my thumb, and there's just a bit of a glue dot rolled up that I'm going to put on the bottom of my, actually I want it on the front. And then I'm going to put it on the, behind the front of the basket. So I just roll my thumb, and I get the dot rolls. They're like a tiny little log. Oops. Let's see if you can see that. And then I'm going to put it on the back. Oop, need to be lower. It'll stick better once the ink dries. Oh, so cute. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I know this is a mess down here. All right, so let's do that again on the other side. And then we'll do the rabbit and put everything together, and I think we're done. Let's see, what time are we doing? All right, we'll be a little late today. Oh my goodness, everything's sticking to me. Goodness. Glue that on the front. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for commenting so I know who's here. I see we have other visitors, and that's fine. I know some people it's hard to comment. I think I said hello to everybody. Ooh, I want that darker. That one's kind of pale. Make sure I grab the right one. I don't know if Tony was thinking this color. You know what? We're doing good on time, so I'm going to grab some Gorgeous Grape. Doesn't look that different from the ink pad, does it? And we'll do Gorgeous Grape around the handle. And then on the bottom. I think our, if I remember to put these out for Easter, our Easter table will be so cute. There, I like that better. Okay. Oh dear. Clean up a little bit. All right. Back to our grass. Find our next glue dot. Oh, I already put it on. That's right. This will have 3. So I just put glue dots on the bottom, on the front, because I know I'm going to adhere it to the basket. Now let's adhere these to, so I'm going to, when I do it, I'm going to set it on my table to make sure it's straight and flush. And you can't see it at all, so the candy will be kind of cute in there. So I'm actually going to put the adhesive in the middle of, oh wait, do we want these? And of course I could color these. I won't take the time now, but you can make any color you have, obviously. We'll put a couple of these on here for Tony. Oh, that's cute. So I'm just feeding them through, and I'm going to go opposite. So that one's on front, so I'll go behind. Just weaving. And they are bending because it's just cardstock. Since I had these here, I thought I'd add them. All right. I'm only going to add 3 to one side. That'll be the front where the rabbit goes. I guess this is more putsy than I was thinking it would be. Push that up. One more, we're going to match the top one. And then we'll trim off the ends. Isn't it cute, Kathy? I thought it was. I don't usually buy cute stuff like this, but it just, like I said, we love baskets here. Andrew thrifts, and he buys Longaberger baskets for less than $10. It's amazing. Let's push those up and it'll fit. So whether you love baskets or, like I said, use this for Easter, I plan on using it long after Easter. Come on. There we go. One more. Push that up a little bit. See if it'll go through. Nope. We'll pull it like that. I'm just going to even these out, and then we'll just put, when I put the adhesive on the back, it should hold them in place. How's that? That looks good. So I'm going to put adhesive. I'm actually, whoops, using seal these days, so I'm going to put quite a bit in the middle, and then I'll take my scissors, oops, and trim these. So I'm going to pull these flush if I can. Unless they have adhesive on them, they don't. So I'm going to pull that flush, and then I'm going to trim, oops, this one off. At the back. Oh my gosh, it's sticky to me. Just like that. Very cute. We'll add some more adhesive. And hopefully I put the adhesive in the right place. I did. Look at that. You can see our grass sticking up on the back. Very cute. And this one I'm gonna, I think I do want to make this darker and add the white on here too. So that's gonna have to wait. I don't want you to have to wait. That's kind of putsy. And you saw me do that one. But I have a bow see if I can pick this up. I did die cut a white bow. I thought the white bow would be kind of cute. Or I have the ribbon, and this is balmy blue gingham ribbon. So cute. Let's see if it says how wide it is. 1/4 inch. Isn't that cute? And so I thought we could, what they do on in the catalog is put these together and then they tie it together with a bow, with a ribbon. But then you're not going to be able to get to the treats inside. So I think maybe not. I think we'll do the bunny rabbit next. And then if it needs more, I thought this white bow on here and then the rabbit over here. So I'll just do that real quick. There we go. And I want the one with the ears up. They're moving here. Noisy, noisy, noisy. Perfect. And smoky slate. And white cardstock. Oh, look at him. Isn't he cute? I like that they gave us a lot of flowers, both stamps and dies. In here, like I said, you could use it long after Easter. Dies. So cute. I think that's the right one. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Uh-oh. Oh, I already pulled it out. It's on my computer, and now... Okay, deep breath. My glue dots are sticking to everything. I rolled those up. And put them back in the box. Alright, and I already had the die. Clean this up a little bit for you. And I'm going to use a Post-it note. I'm just going to line them up. So I look top, bottom, both sides. And I put a Post-it note. My machine is just on one of those rolling carts right next to my table. So you probably know how to die cut. And if not, when you purchase a die machine from me, I teach you how to use it. I think it's my job to make sure you know how to use what you buy from me. Oh, there, isn't he cute? Right? Is that what we wanted? Smoky slate ink. And then we're going to add a little bit of pink to his ears. Or his, yeah, both ears. It's really little. We're going to use a blender pen with ink from the lid. So squish it together. Squish, squish. And have you seen or heard that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with new ink pads, starting with the in colors that are going to be released this spring. They're going to be metal closures, and if you're familiar with Close to My Heart, we purchased the rights to their ink pads. So if you're familiar with them, that's what they're going to be. Starting with the in colors in May. I'm hoping that I can order them next week. Oh, cute. How about his nose too? And then after this year's in colors, we're going to have a refresh in 2027. So not this catalog, but a year from now we'll have a color refresh, and all the new colors will come out with the refresh. They'll be in that new ink pad style. And sadly, the price is going to increase to $14, which I'm a little nervous about. I will wait, and I'll probably get all the new colors, and then slowly, like I did with the foam pads, slowly redo my ink stash. My problem is I stack them up like this. And when they're going to be magnetic, they're all going to stick together. So for me to get the ink on the bottom, which it's amazing how often I go for the ink on the bottom. I do use all my colors, which that's what tells me. It's going to be hard for me to grab that bottom one because they're all going to stick together. So I may have to rethink my ink pads there. All right. enough sales talk. Let's get back to our cute project. Let me turn this over. This is kind of, there we go. So I'm not going to finish him completely because I do want to add more color and the white slats to this, but you don't need to see me do that. But I think we will just do, oh, he's cute. And the bow. I think we will put those on with dimensionals. So I'm only going to put it on his right side. So I'm going to put my finger here to make sure I don't put dimensionals on that side. And we'll use little ones. And then I think just the bow. I'm not going to use the ribbon or any of the embellishments. Oh gosh. And I'm have it flat on my desk so I can, my table, so I can see where it is. I'll show you in just a second. Let me get this on. I'm just going to put one in the middle. Now remember that with dies that have these lines, just to add some accents, if you use liquid glue, it comes through those. So even if I had liquid glue, I wouldn't use it on this. I would use a tape runner or one of these or something like that. Oh, put that in the garbage. There we go. All right. Isn't that cute? I'm very pleased. Like I said, I'll finish this to make it look like the front. I'll add some more purple and the white slats. So that is the basket from page 36. And I'll ask everybody what color they want and make our baskets. And maybe I think I'll vary the color of the rabbit too. He does look like the Easter bunny, but it can be any rabbit. There's the back. So again, this box was 3 3¾ by 4½. Oh, I lost it. There it is. 3 3/4 by 4½, scored at 1 1/4, and they have it just smaller than the basket, so it's about as wide as the basket. So if you have something else, maybe you have an old set. I haven't had anything like this, but we may have offered it. I don't know. But if you have a basket or something you want to create into a box, just make it smaller than the bottom side, and then I think they added in the 1 1/4 all the way around. Very cute. Very cute. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I love the basket too. I think it's very fun. Very, very fun. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week. I will not be live next Monday, probably. I haven't recorded, and I'm not going to have time to record anything. But I might do something real quick and just show you some of the swaps I get. Or they do prize patrol, so I expect to get some products from the new catalog. It'll be the May through August catalog. We are not going to have annual catalogs anymore. So it'll just be the 3 4-month-long catalogs. And maybe that's what my video will talk about, is the new catalog. Because they said that the basics, like inks and paper and all that, will be in all the catalogs. Because this one doesn't have like the standard, you know, the adhesives and the squares and the punches and, you know. So the catalog's changing is my point. So maybe I'll put something out next Monday for you that talks about the new catalog. So, because we're all anxious to see it, because I have no idea what to expect. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mom and Dad. We will have a safe trip. I don't expect any trouble with the TSA tomorrow or long lines. And if we miss our flight, I don't need to be there till Thursday. So I'm pretty relaxed about it. And with Tony coming with me, it's easier to travel. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Happy stamping. I hope you get some time to create this week. And I'll look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.